Welcome back to the Filipino FM channel. Today, I'm going to try and predict the 2023 Women's World Cup knockout stages. I would like to note that I am filming this prior to the first knockout game between Spain and Switzerland, but I thought it'd be fun to try and predict what's going to happen. I am obviously opening myself to being wrong, which if I'm going to real, I probably will be wrong. But I thought it'd be a fun little exercise. I hope that you all will play along with me. But that being said, let's get into the predictions. So the first match is going to be between Switzerland and Spain for a round of 16 matches. Switzerland has a bit of a blunted attack right now. They've been struggling to score goals. Spain has had a few goals, and despite a 4-0 loss to Japan, I think with the amount of possession they're going to have in the game, that they will be able to find a goal. I don't think Switzerland's going to be able to find a goal. And I think I have Spain moving on to the quarterfinals in this one. And the other matchup below them, Netherlands and South Africa. South Africa have definitely been one of the feel good stories of this World Cup. But I think the Netherlands, being one of the best teams in the world, will just have too much for them. So for our first quarterfinal matchup, I am predicting Spain versus the Netherlands. Moving to the next group of teams, Japan and Norway. Japan, I think, have been one of the best teams in this World Cup. They have played some absolutely lovely football. They completely blew Spain out of the park. Norway may be in a little bit of trouble right now. They kind of squeak through the group. I don't know if Norway has just quite found their flow in this World Cup. So between the two of them, I think Japan will have just enough to edge them out. But in the Sunday, 5 a.m. Eastern Time, if you're in the United States game, Sweden versus United States. This is going to be the pick of the round of 16 matches. This is going to be absolutely incredible. I believe this is a rematch from the Olympic semifinal as well, where Sweden won. And as far as this game is concerned, I think I have Sweden winning again. The United States have honestly been kind of in turmoil. Carly Lloyd has criticized the team. The head coach has kind of had to clap back, and Lindsey Horan has been defending her teammates as the captain. I just don't know if this United States team is quite ready yet. I think they're in between generations. You're coming from the 2015-2019 World Cup generation, and it's a much younger team now. You have players like Trinity Rodman, Sophia Smith up top, who are leading the team, and they're still kind of young. And I think they're maybe maybe a World Cup away from being kind of the perennial winners that they normally are. And Sweden's just a good team. I think they're the number three team ranked team in the world. They've already beaten the United States in the Olympics. And I don't know, I can just see Sweden doing it again. So for the next quarterfinal matchup, I think it's going to be Japan, Sweden. Moving on to Australia, Denmark. I really like Australia. I think Sam Kerr is going to be fit and ready to fire again. And with just the home crowd, they had that 4-0 win against Canada, which I really think has amped up and increased the interest in the team. I have Australia beating Denmark. France, Morocco below them. This French side are really good. I don't think there's a whole lot to say there. Morocco have been an excellent team in this World Cup. It's been really exciting to see them make the round of 16. But below them, I think it's going to be Australia, France. Finally, we go into the last two games. England and Nigeria. I think England are one of the best teams at this World Cup. Lauren James has truly been a star. I think they will have too much for Nigeria. And as far as Colombia and Jamaica have been concerned, two really of the best stories at this World Cup. I mean, Jamaica, I think they were crowdfunding to get this World Cup, and they have absolutely defeated all odds to be in the round of 16. But I think Colombia's starlet Linda Caicedo will prove to have the little bit of quality that Colombia needs to make it to the round of 16. So there, I'm going to go with England and Colombia. So moving on to the quarterfinal matches, the first one I'm predicting to be Spain versus Netherlands. I don't think that Spain have quite the cutting edge despite all of their possession. The Netherlands proved against the United States that they can counterattack and counterattack well, which I think they will do. And I think they're, as we saw in the game against Japan, Spain do have gaps in the defense despite all of their possession. I think Netherlands will defeat Spain and move on to the semifinals. For the Japan-Sweden game, I think this is kind of the pick of the potential quarterfinal matches. Japan Japan and Sweden are both two excellent teams. Sweden being the Olympic semifinalists or Olympic silver medalists, I believe. And Japan, of course, making three major tournaments in a row previously, two World Cup finals and an Olympic final. Overall, I just think Japan are in the form of their life right now. I mean, Sweden won all of their group games, but there's just something about this Japanese team and the way that they are playing that just makes me love them and want them to make the semifinals. So, as far as this semifinal matchup is concerned, I think we're going to see Netherlands versus Japan. And the lower bracket, Australia versus France, is going to be another fantastic game. France are absolutely phenomenal. But I think home World Cup, there's just something about Australia that I believe in. And at this point, Sam Kerr should be fit. I mean, a lot of this kind of is resting on Sam Kerr being fit, but having missed most of the group stages, she's going to want to come out absolutely firing. And there's just something about Australia that I think will allow them to edge out France. I'm going to even go as far to say in extra time or penalty kicks to make the semifinals. And below them will be England and Colombia. I really like both teams. Obviously, Linda Caicedo being the star of this Colombian side. But England, I think, are going to be a powerhouse in this tournament. Serena Weigmann knows how to win, and this England team has a lot of stars and rising stars. I like England to win and an Australia England matchup in the semifinals. So, again, moving on to the semifinals. Netherlands and Japan. Netherlands for a chance to make back to back World Cup finals. Japan to try and win another one after they did so in 2011. And as far as this game is concerned, again, there's just something about this Japanese team that I really like. You know, they're close to home soil. They have a huge backing at this World Cup, and they just play such a nice brand of football. I like Japan to make it to the final. I think they're just going to defeat the Netherlands. I wouldn't be surprised if this one goes to extra time, but I think Japan will have just enough to win it. Below them, Australia and England. I guess this is kind of a colonization World Cup semifinal. I didn't even really think about that. But Australia and England are two really good teams, Australia being the host country. But I think England at this point are just better. I think they're going to be in the groove. They have made the past two World Cup semifinals, but I think this is the one where they'll get over the edge. Certainly players like Chloe Kelly, Lauren James, I think will get them over the line. I'm predicting a Japan versus England World Cup final and a Netherlands versus Australia third place game. As far as the third place game is concerned, this is going to be a close one. I do think the Netherlands might just get this one. I think Australia will be coming off that kind of emotional high of being in the semifinal. Maybe they won't have as much going into the third place game. Not, I guess it doesn't really matter too much, but I'm going to predict Netherlands for the third place game and then Japan and England for the final. This is another one that I could see going to extra time or even pens, but I think that England are just a really good team. I think this is England's moment to shine. I am predicting England to win the World Cup. Well, anyways, those are my predictions. I am probably going to be wrong because it just seems like that's how predictions always go. This World Cup has been filled with twists, turns, and upsets, and I'm sure there will be more along the way. Well, anyways, thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments who you think is going to win the Women's World Cup. I'm sure you all will probably do better than I will, but hopefully this was fun for you all. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I will see you all next time. Bye.